for the tornado warning being extended to them.
Oh my goodness,
for
look at that.
Bibb and Perry. Yeah, it's
Goodness.
awful that what we're looking at, and still this is a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado. This is located near Greensboro, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. So for Bibb and Perry counties, if you're watching, this monster is coming your way as well, and this is until 5:30, Richard.
Yeah, this thing's going to cross 69. I think it's going to be a hair north of Greensboro. Already had loss of life today. Do not be complacent with this storm. There's plenty of storms where nothing happens. This ain't it. This is a storm that's got one down. Weather is rare. They don't happen often. We've had two in the past 2 weeks. One last week, one now. And again, that is due to 2 tornado outbreaks. One last week, one that is about to take shape in the next few hours. The last time, other than last week, we had a high risk was April 28th of 2014. It's been a while. So we got an active situation now. We've got a tornado warning for Greene and Hale counties in southwest Alabama. So let's take you down into that storm. And again, this is it. This is coming out of Bolaji. All right, this is the storm we're watching, and this is going to come up on Utah. That is the Black Warrior River. We got the city of Akron, the Havana Junction right there. Even Moundville. Unfortunately, Moundville's in the polygon for this potential tornado. But one storm of concern is this one right down here. And let's look at this off the Birmingham radar. Look at the donut hole. That is what we call a beware, a bounded weak echo region. This thing is spinning incredibly intense now. So we got rotating supercell storm coming up on Duncanville. If you are in Tuscaloosa, there is no threat for the city of Tuscaloosa. Let's look at the debris signature and just kind of watch this thing together. There it is. Okay, we got a damaging tornado on the ground now in northeast Hale County. This thing is on the ground. It's wrapped up. It's clearly down. It has moved northeast of the Havana Junction. It touched down somewhere back there near Highway 69 and now is doing damage. We're seeing debris that's being lofted several thousand feet up. Gate-to-gate shear, 123 miles per hour. This thing is stronger than it was back in Hale County. This thing was showing about 105, 110 miles an hour in Hale County. Now we're seeing 123 mile per hour gate-to-gate shear. So a very dangerous situation for a tornado that is down. Let's look at the debris signature. All right, there it is right there. So we got a confirmed tornado. It's crossed Highway 5. This is now northeast of West Blockton. Just missed downtown West Blockton by only a mile. But again, we may have some damage if you live on the north side of West Blockton. Indian Springs Village at 136, all right, Watkins at 140. Lake Purdy at 146, Westover at 153, Leeds at 202, and Braggsville at 209. These are arrival times. These are estimates of what time this large and dangerous tornado could be in your general area. But again, even if you're as far north as Hoover, we need you in a safe place, especially areas like Helena, as this tornado is going to be heading directly your way. This is a rare tornado emergency. There's your tornado. You see it right there. Large and destructive tornado basically running parallel to Highway 119, pretty much on top of the highway. If you're on 119, get off now, find a shelter, a site-built structure. Go ahead. Okay, that's Interstate 65 at 119. So we are looking back towards that tornado. That it looks like the tornado just passed that. There's your tornado off to the east of there. So again, we're looking at this large and dangerous tornado that is off to the east of Interstate 65 now. A string of reports here where the tornadoes did touch down with this one storm. This storm did all of that. This one storm produced all of those tornadoes right there. So again, that's why we say these supercell storms, think of them like trains on a track. They're going to follow specific areas, and there's going to be swaths of where you have damage. And then you go north and south of there, things are okay. Coming up the Coosa River. So if you're Ohatchee, you got to be sheltered now. Boiling Springs, sheltered now. So, just a frightening image to see in such a heavily populated part of Alabama. But again, that's that particular tornado that went through there. This thing's been down since before it got to Greensboro. And this thing has not lifted one time. So this is a long track, catastrophic tornado that's coming out on Highway 82. It's basically crossing Highway 82. If you are in Gary Springs, this is a violent tornado. It's just about on you now. You've got less than 5 minutes before it's on top of Gary Springs. And again, if you're on Highway 82, if you're anywhere near Brent and Centerville, stop now. pull over, find a site-built structure, somebody's house. You can knock on the door, and we'll get past this tornado. This thing's racing northeast. It's only going to last 60 seconds, and it's gone, just like that.
In Centerville, I'm joined by Centerville Mayor Mike Oakley, who's here to tell us what his town experienced about 45 minutes ago as this large catastrophic storm ripped through the area. Mayor, what have you heard?
Chelsea, we've had extensive damage. We've got trees down, power lines down. All our crews, all available crews, we've called in assistance from other parts of the county. You can hear them coming. We've got folks trapped in storm shelters.
Riding the interstate north into this tornado. So Justin is trying to get visual if this tornado is still down. Again, he is just below Calera, approaching Calera now. Again, he's a trained storm spotter. He knows what he's doing, so we're not at all worried that he's going to be in any danger.
This is what we're looking at around the Greensboro area, a large destructive tornado with catastrophic threats to it. This is very life-threatening, threat to property. This is, again, 10 miles northeast of Greensboro, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour.
This thing's been down since before it got to Greensboro, and this thing has not lifted one time. So this is a long track, catastrophic tornado that's coming out on Highway 82. It's basically crossing Highway 82. If you are in Gary Springs, this is a violent tornado. It's just about on you now. You've got less than 5 minutes before it's on top of Gary Springs. And again, if you're on Highway 82, if you're anywhere near Brent and Centerville, stop now. Pull over, find a site-built structure, somebody's house. You can knock on the door, and we'll get past this tornado. This thing's racing northeast. It's only going to last 60 seconds, and it's gone, just like that. So when this tornado starts to hit your house, you got 60 seconds, and then it's gone. That's how fast this will happen, and this will come up on you fast. Again, there's your tornado. It's now on the east side of Centerville. It looks like, if our radar is right, it looks like the core of downtown Centerville and Brent missed the tornado, but again, it's got the southeast side of town. It's now on the east side of town. There it is right there. This is our last supercell thunderstorm that is capable of producing a tornado. In fact, speaking with the National Weather Service, we are certainly concerned about this thunderstorm. It has that look. My goodness, this thing is really wrapped up in just the past 10 minutes or so. And we have a serious situation for a tornado just north of Urbana. And again, if you're in East Chilton County, that's what we're concerned about. It is just unbelievable how fast this storm wrapped up. Maybe 15 minutes ago, we were just kind of watching it. And this thing has become a classic supercell thunderstorm and is showing very strong evidence of rotation and potentially a tornado. Now, that's the Coosa River. This is Coosa County. We got Rockford, Bentleyville, Lyle, Dollar. You're going to be in the path of this tornado. There is our confirmed tornado. That's the Coosa River right there. Again, you got downtown Clanton back here. This is clearly east of Clanton now. And again, we got a TDS, so let's pull that up on screen and just see that. We have seen so many of these today. There it is. Again, we have a confirmed tornado that's down in East Chilton County. I know this thing kind of ramped up quick, but I need you to listen carefully and get in that safe place. We have another confirmed tornado down.